Sharon Manning from our group had to speak at a funeral last week. It was the funeral of someone Sharon had been caregiver to. I love that because Sharon has her own caregiver. We're all somebody's caregiver while someone else is caring for us. It's not always easy to see that. Modern mission work has focused recently on dropping in and just abiding with people for a short time. The old model of trying to drop in and fix things and accomplish something has been somewhat displaced. Recent funerals I've attended tend to focus on walking with each other in this life and in the process of dying. We're doing it all the time. It just isn't all that obvious. In this weird time in history, perhaps it's becoming more obvious. We're all in our own reality, and our reality is always butting up against someone else's reality. Connecting consciousness, being like-minded, and being on the same page all sound pretty good. But it's an outmoded way of seeing our reality, butting up against other people's reality, while all the while we should be aware of God's reality creeping in. We're clinging to the reality of the status quo that we don't even believe in because we're too afraid of the alternative of God's reality creeping in. At the end, we're all going to be asked to stand up and say something at the funeral. And what are we going to say? We're going to say it was gratitude creeping in. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith. We've been talking about gratitude. It's a placeholder when things aren't going so well. We can set aside happiness and sadness and experience gratitude anyway. The status quo of today's reality is that we have money issues, job pressure, tons of health issues, a contentious political situation here in the US, and turmoil around the world. Half of what we know comes from hearing it from other people, and the other half comes from our own personal experience. We often conflate the two and own it all as our own beliefs. Then we cling to those. Someone told me that we should never be more than 64% of anything. That would leave 36% of room for something else. The something else of someone else's reality, or maybe even God's reality. Edgar Cayce says if you learn music, you'll learn history. If you learn music, you'll learn mathematics. And if you learn music, you'll learn most of what there is needed to learn. Personal experience and what we learn from others colors our own personal reality. It's our being 64% of something and leaving a little space for something else. Conspiracy networks are telling us that it's going to come out soon that we have a second moon, that space aliens are already here, and that the mothership is on the way. Conceptually, it's another way of seeing things, or at least leaving some space for something else. Let's not be Pollyannish. Things are not good. And at the same time, things have never been better than they are right now. When Christ appeared, Rome was doing just fine. They weren't concerned with what the average person was thinking. They still aren't. What people are thinking is always important because it's moving the needle in the world. It continues to move along in a positive direction because God's reality creeps in through people and not through the state. We can hold our thoughts, dreams, and hopes for the world, share these with other people, and continue to manifest the world as those who came before us did for us. It's not difficult because we're doing it anyway. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.